do you think the composting program here at Hazen is going?
Actually better than I originally thought. I thought the middle school would do fine, but I was really wondering whether the high school was going to buy into it.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Talking about putting food in the landfills, you feel? Compost sucker. Say what? Thug life for sure.
Well, you better compost today.
Yeah, man.
Well, you better compost today.
Say what? Say
Well,
what?
you better compost today. Well, you better compost today.
Shout.
Suckers try to be fly, trashing food while they walk by. Man, they just don't realize that they ain't no fish to fry. Players gotta put it in the bucket. Don't just find a can and chuck it. After you eat, drink a suck it. Compost if you wanna thug it. If y'all wanna boast and brag, slack and stop being a nag. When through sitting on no trash, think compost not garbage bag. When you go into a school, don't be acting like no fool. Compost it, whatever you do. It's the compost
Well,
going
you better compost today.
Yeah.
Well, you better compost today. Well, you better compost today. Well, you better compost today.
Yo, it's not that hard. All you gotta do is when you're done with a meal, take your extra food, put it all in a designated compost receptacle. Gee, you best not doubt. Don't be frontin' all skeptical.
When I compost, I feel like I wear grills, saving the earth with my composting skills. I know they poses when they say they can't feel. Compost sucker, true story for real.
Ain't got to know how, now's the time to speak up. Doesn't matter if you ghetto or got ice on your cup. It's the hip new thing, everyone got the bug. Put your stuff in the compost if you wanna be
When you put your food into the garbage, that food is transported to the landfill. It goes in with the old washing machine. It goes in with old batteries. It goes in with old tires. And it impacts both our air and our water. How does it impact the air? Food that cannot properly decompose releases a gas. That gas is called methane. Methane is a powerful greenhouse gas, and most of it is coming from food in a landfill. What happens when the liquid that forms from food mixed with other substances or other materials in the landfill forms? It's called a leachate. That liquid trickles down to the bottom of the landfill.
Even the best designed landfills that are capturing methane for energy generation or are fully lined at the bottom, especially over the long term, there's going to be greenhouse gas emissions and there's still going to be some leachate that gets out. So why does composting reduce greenhouse gas emissions? It's because the nutrients that you're recovering from composting don't have to be manufactured. The process of manufacturing synthetic fertilizers emits a lot of greenhouse gas emissions. If your school diverted 10 tons of food scraps from the landfill and had it composted instead, and 10 tons isn't that unreasonable for a Vermont school, you'd be saving the same amount of greenhouse gas emissions that would be released if you burned 6,000 gallons of gasoline.
Put your stuff in the compost if you wanna be
I need me a list. A list of what? Of what I should compost.
Say what?
Hey, yo, I need me a list. A list of what? Of what I should compost. What? Check it out.
Pizza,
Put it in the compost.
milk,
Put it in the compost.
apples,
Put them in the compost.
cheese,
In the compost too.
We will accept meat products. We do take dairy products. So we will take cheese. We will take butter. If you have roast chicken at school today, we'll take the bones in the compost bucket. Generally speaking, if it's food, you can put it into the compost bucket.
When the food scraps arrive at the site, they're dumped in our receiving bay on top of a bed of chip, which I have already prepared ahead of the delivery. They'll wash all the totes out onto the pad of chip. We don't want any non-biodegradable products mixed into the pile because it won't break down. And in the 9 months we have it here, if it's not broken down when we sell it, people are getting garbage, plastic, forks, rubbish in their compost, and they don't want to be adding that into their gardens.
It would be great if the kids would keep all this in the trash can where it belongs so we wouldn't have to pick it out.
Yo, I need me a list. A list of what? Of what I can't compost. Yo, huge! Hey, yo, I need me a list. A list of what? Of what I can't compost. Do it. What?
Save the earth.
You compost chewing gum?
Haley, carrot, and shame.
You compost water bottles?
Haley, carrot, and shame.
You compost fruit stickers?
Haley, carrot, and shame.
Yeah.
Carrot, and shame.
Huh?
Carrot, and shame.
You compost silverware?
Haley, carrot, and shame.
You compost straws?
Haley, carrot, and shame.
You compost milk cartons?
Haley, carrot, and shame.
That's right.
Carrot, and shame.
Take heed.
Carrot, and shame.
From the time the food scraps arrive at our site to the time that I can sell the compost as a finished cured compost, it's about 9 months. I'm mixing some hay into the food scraps because I need to balance out the amount of nitrogen that arrived in food with carbon products. And then I will move that out onto the compost pad. We then monitor our piles to find out just how well our microorganisms and bacteria and actinomycetes are all doing. The temperature in the pile will rise quite a bit, and it'll get quite warm to the point where you can't put your hand in that pile. The compost pile will be ready when it's no longer showing any indication of heating, rising of heat when I roll the pile. It's finished right where we can load someone's truck, right by the road where they pull up.
Using compost, I definitely would recommend it. It creates a consistency of quality and volume that allows you to better manage your harvest and your sales. We're definitely reliant on compost.
If you look at cycles and you start with what's on your plate, whatever you don't eat, which might be scraps, goes in the compost. And then and you pile that up outside and you turn it and you add maybe some other things to it. And in the end, you have this great, rich pile of nutrients to put back on a garden, which then the plants take up, and then it ends up back in on your plate. And it makes for a really healthy system. It just goes in a circle.
When I go by other people's farms and I see big piles of compost, I get this compost envy complex.
I love compost because it takes something that most people think of as garbage and it turns it into gold.
Composting's the thing that's gonna bring us all together. Composting rain or shine or any other kind of weather. I like to see the biddies getting their game on. Putting scraps in the bin as they fly for Sean.
Yo, I keep it on the lizzy, you're a dizzy for shizzy. I'm putting sizzle in my nizzle, making sure I compost. Bros don't keep it to themselves, they thinks I'm the man. When they see me in the club, they slap me 5 with the hang.
Don't disrespect the man that gone tell the truth. Dividing up your garbage ain't being uncouth. So keep the hating out the lunchroom in your hood. Keep it real, act a meal, and compost like you should.
We compost. It's awesome.
I compost here at school. The composting program is going great.
We're having fun composting. We enjoy being part of the program, and the kids are doing a great job.
It's fun. It's good for the environment, and it's easy. Why not?